Grow your best life, healthy and vibrant relationships, career success, and happiness, all from within. Your relationship with you, your higher power, and others. This is the Relationship Growth Farmer. D. Grant Smith is my name. You can call me D. It's easy. Welcome to the Growth Farming Podcast. I'm so happy and excited that you're here with me today. On this podcast, we learn, practice, and grow how to treat our hearts, minds, and lives like a garden. What you plant within is what you produce and experience in your life. So let's make what we plant and what we produce love. Cool? Today's episode, how to change your life. I want you to think about you. Right now, think about you. Just you. Is the first thing you think about something you don't like about yourself and you want to change? Is the first thing you think about immediately a problem that you have? Something that you feel is keeping you from happiness and peace and success, maybe even keeping you from love? Keeping you from having the existence that you want to have or the overall experience of life that you want to have? How often do these thoughts show up in your everyday reality? How do you feel about yourself? If the first thoughts about yourself are regarding something that you want to change, something that you believe is missing or needs to be different, what do these thoughts do to your ability to move throughout your day? Do you find yourself easily going about your day with a sense of peace and joy and excitement? Excitement about the present moment and what lies ahead, what's coming up? Or is it something else? Many of us struggle with our day, every day. We set goals, we make plans, we think that we have to know exactly what we have to do to create the life that we want to live. But what we're often not aware of is how the best laid plans require a foundation, a structure, and actually a construction in order to build life the way that we envision it. Just the plan or the intention isn't enough. Sure, it's better than having nothing. It's better than going through life without any sort of forward thinking or any sort of goal setting or any sort of anything. Just whatever comes is what we're going to do. That's kind of a chaotic way to live. And yeah, it's better than nothing, but just having the intention and just setting the goals are part of the reason why most of us don't reach our goals. Most of us that just spend time setting an intention and having a good intention, all these things are important. Don't get me wrong. All these things are important, but just having the intention and just setting the goal often can lead us to spinning our wheels. Often can lead us to not actually making any sort of forward progress, to really move into living your best life and experiencing the happiness and the success and the relationships and the love of your dreams takes a different kind of change. As a man thinketh, so he is. Now, there's a ton of people that have said that. I wrote in my notes here, that's a famous quote by some philosopher dude. And you can tell me who it was that said that, or which person you recognize being the one that said it. I think it's in the Bible. I think it's been said by Wayne Dyer. It's been said by all these different types of people, but it's still true. As a man thinketh, or woman thinketh, as a person thinketh, as someone thinks, so they are. Whatever you think, you become. If you're hearing this, or if you're tuning into this episode, not because you necessarily know me or because of anything that you know that I've done, but you saw the headline that said how to change your life, and you want to change your life, you might be wondering, when am I going to get to that topic? Or maybe you're just thinking, when are you going to get to the point, dude? Okay, here we go. Your beliefs are the cause of your life. Your beliefs are the cause of your life. Your experience is the results. Did you get that? That sequence, these are important things. Your beliefs are the cause. Your experience is the effects. Let's look at this like the mathematical equation that it is. R, results slash experience, equals B plus A. Or if you prefer, because you like going in some sort of sequential order, and maybe math wasn't your best subject, it wasn't mine. I had a hard time when I got to seventh grade math. I'm going to take a little tangent here. I had a hard time when I got to seventh grade math because I literally played around every day in sixth grade math. I don't know how I passed that class. I don't remember taking any tests. I'm sure we had to have done that somehow. But getting into seventh grade math, and our teacher was writing these letters on the board, and I'm like, what the crap class am I in? This is math, right? Like, why is she telling us the alphabet? I already know this stuff. And how A plus B equals 12? How am I supposed to figure this? What does this even mean? I had a hard time with that stuff. So if you had a hard time with algebra, and me saying R equals B plus A, and you're like, what the crap are you talking about, dude? I'm going to get there, okay? Let's do it this way. B plus A equals R. Your reality is the R. The results you're currently experiencing is not the cause. Meaning, you're feeling happy, or if you're feeling sad, if you have a perception of success or a perception of failure, your confidence or your insecurity, your wholeness or your brokenness, your romance or your singleness, your wealth or your poverty, or any other thing, and its opposite, is not the cause. Your reality, the results, the R, isn't the cause. It's the effect. It's the effect. Many people live in a state of consciousness, the way they think, what they believe, what goes on inside their mind. Many people live in a state of consciousness where what they see and what they experience determines what they think is real. It's a belief that says, if I don't have money in my bank account, I'm poor. And I have to figure out how to make money or get a job so that I can feel better. The belief is that the appearance of money in a bank account creates a feeling of security and peace. Yes, this is normal, and it's just fine, honestly. Where this belief can create drama and tension and fear is where believing that chasing after money is going to be the salvation for the perception of poverty. Looking at your bank statement as a testimony to your wealth or your poverty is looking at your result as the cause. It's backward. You get the trophy for winning the race, not for putting on your shoes. In our little math equation, A equals action, but it doesn't go first. I didn't say A plus B equals R. I said B plus A equals R. B goes first because B is your belief. What you believe determines the actions that you take. Actually, let's look at your actions over the past 2 hours. If you stop and ask yourself, why did I do this? And it doesn't matter what it was. Maybe you went to go get a drink of water. Why did I do this? Because I was thirsty. Okay, well, you can say, I did this thing out of a need. That's why I did it. No, your belief is that if I get water, I won't be thirsty. That's why you got up and went to go get water. The belief that getting water will solve your thirst. When you take a look at why you do anything, and I said 2 hours, look at the last 20 minutes. What did you do? Ask yourself why you did it. The more you dig into the why, the more you'll get down to the root, okay? Talked about how our minds and our hearts are gardens. Dig into yourself, find out why. That's where you get to the roots. All the actions that we take, big and small, significant and insignificant, all come from a belief that we have about ourselves. Even beliefs that we have about others are actually branchlings. That's a word I just made up. They're extensions of beliefs that we have about ourselves. Even things we think about other people are still thoughts that we have about ourselves, still beliefs that we have about ourselves. Here's an example. He doesn't like me and he won't go out with me. I call and I text and I hear nothing back from him. I guess he's just so much better and more put together to talk to me. Or he's a player and wants to just play the field. Ever heard anybody say that? Ever had a conversation with a guy or girl, and you can switch the genders around, doesn't really matter. All of these thoughts, all of these statements, they are beliefs, and they are all rooted in beliefs about the person who is having them. Let's break this down. You ready? All right, number one, he doesn't like me and won't go out with me is a straight up self-defeatist belief that places someone else, in this case, this dude, over the person who is feeling this. He doesn't like me and won't go out with me is a belief. It's not a statement of fact. It's not something that is inherently true. It's something that this person has chosen to believe. Number two, I call or text and hear nothing back. I guess he's just so much better and more put together to talk to me. That insinuates that this guy has so much more value than she does or he does than they feel about themselves. It insinuates that the person feeling this believes that this guy that they're interested in has more value than they do. So to chase after someone, repeatedly seeking connection or response, instead of letting go so that they can become the drawing presence and not the person who is drawn in, what that does is it reveals how they feel about their actual attraction power. And all of us have attraction power, and it's all rooted in our beliefs. What this person is saying is, I don't have attraction power. I seek after this person's love and I chase after this person's attention. And if you've ever struggled with seeking validation, you understand exactly how this concept works. I seek after this validation because I don't think that the validation or the acceptance or the love will come naturally to me. Right, that was the second thing. The third statement that was said in this example, he's a player and just wants to play the field. Conveys a desire in wanting to have a committed relationship and be chosen by a person, but believing that they have attracted someone who doesn't want that, who can't or doesn't value a monogamous relationship, and doesn't value the prize, who is the person in this relationship wanting to have that special connection. And that prize is actually themselves. So this guy or girl, and I'm not going to be specific on whether or not it's a girl that's talking about a guy or a guy that's talking about a guy, that doesn't really matter. This guy or girl might continue to pine over this dude who has been ghosting them for whatever reason because they believe that they're unworthy without having someone in their lives. They may keep chasing after someone who doesn't reflect love and acceptance to them and doesn't reflect commitment back to them. They may keep trying to win over the guy who openly flirts with other girls or other guys to try to prove to themselves and others, which is still a form of codependency, that they're really good enough. Meaning, they may keep trying to seek the validation and the acceptance and the love from somebody else to try to prove to themselves that they're worthy. Because if I finally get a hold of this person and I finally get them to respond to me the way that I want to, then that will finally give me the peace that I want so badly inside my heart. If I finally can just have this thing that I've sought after and chased after and pursued so much, if I can finally just have it, then that will finally be the evidence of what I'm looking for to show that I am worthy and I am good enough. And it's chasing after the effect, believing that it's the cause. The cause is actually the feeling and the belief in unworthiness that has created the experience of someone ghosting or not committing or being distant or whatever. All of this is a root belief about the self. It's a root belief in being unworthy and being not good enough. This belief causes actions that support the belief. To chase, to feel less than, to pursue someone who does not reflect the heart or the character of the person that they truly want actually reveals a root belief that creates an action that doesn't serve their best interest, doesn't serve their best ideal self, and doesn't serve their best end result. Because of the belief in being unworthy of love from someone who pursues, who is safe and consistent, and who makes them have confidence in where they stand, they seek out a connection with someone either unwilling or incapable of giving this. They seek through pursuit and chasing. That's the action. That's the A. The result is being ghosted, ignored, or lied to when confronted. The result of that is further disconnection and drama. So now that we've illustrated this through this story and broken down these components, you can see how this works. The result is not having this connection with this individual. That's the experience. The belief that has caused this is a belief in being unworthy, a belief in being unworthy of love, unworthy of acceptance, and not only unworthy of love and acceptance, but unworthy of being loved and being in a relationship and being pursued by someone who is safe and who is loving and who is caring and who is communicative and who is committed. And so because of that belief, plus the action that comes from that, the action that comes from this belief in being unworthy, the action now is chasing and seeking and going after something that's the opposite of what they actually want, the opposite of the type of person they actually want. So you have this belief plus this action, and that creates this result in that they're being ghosted by this person who doesn't have the quality or the character or the heart of what it is that they actually want. You can see how the behavior of this dude and the pattern of behaviors are the result of the beliefs of this person and their actions. If this person changed their belief about themselves, if they began to truly see and value themselves as beautiful, as worthy, as chosen, as whole, as attractive, as magnetic, as easily committed to, and desirable, everything would change. This empowering and self-love belief system would squash chasing before it started. Because love attracts what it is. Beauty, desirability, and worthiness all do the same thing. They attract what they are. They don't chase. They have full confidence and solidarity in themselves. They attract more of what they are. And they have patience and trust in the process of that attraction power, bringing the right person and circumstances to them right on time. No rush. Different belief produces different actions. The result from this is they don't want the silent guy who can't/doesn't respond to messages or who isn't committed. They let go of pursuing anyone and focus on themselves, doing what they want, enjoying themselves and their friends, and just having fun. No stress, not trying to prove anything. The ghost homeboy somehow feels this shift in vibration, and suddenly he tries to come back because he's attracted to confidence and solidarity instead of neediness. But this person isn't interested. Not anymore, because they know themselves and they know the vibe and the feeling they want around them. They trust the universe to bring the person their heart desires to them at just the right time, which means no searching, no hunting, no weird dating app experiences to have to go through. Go forward in time 6 months or maybe even less, and they're in a happy and committed relationship with the love of their life, and they couldn't be more full of excitement. The new relationship with their ideal match happened because of the belief of self-love and confidence plus actions of wholeness and trust. If you want to change your life, change your beliefs. I'm going to say that again. If you want to change your life, this is the answer to the title of this episode. If you want to change your life, change your beliefs. If you're still skeptical about this, and if you're still questioning this truth, It's found in my own personal story. It's also found in a ton of books by a ton of people. Here's just a couple of them. Best-selling authors like Wayne Dyer, Jen Sincero, Abraham Hicks, Mastin Kipp, Joe Vitale, Oprah Winfrey, Iyanla Van Zandt, Neville Goddard, Napoleon Hill, and a whole boatload of others. Actually, I don't know if there's a single super successful person that hasn't lived this story where they changed their beliefs and that's how they changed their story. Now, the last two authors that I mentioned a minute ago, Neville Goddard and Napoleon Hill, are actually classic wizards in this self-love, personal transformation through changing your beliefs game. All of them have stories that align with what I have shared with you right here. My personal story of how I changed my life from brokenness and insecurity, and I spent over 35 years in that place, from a lifetime of beliefs in feeling unworthy of love, into a life of confidence and wholeness and peace and love, as well as success and prosperity and true love and all those awesome things. All of that story is found in my book, Be Solid: How to Go Through Hell and Come Out Whole. It's available in a very special place where I've also included my latest ebook on how to grow true confidence. It's called Reshaping Your Beliefs, where I show you exactly step by step how to change your beliefs so that you can change your life. And I've also given you a checklist and journal prompts, an expanded audiobook version of Be Solid with previously unreleased chapters, plus 2 bonus courses. All of this badass awesomeness is at framework.besolidbook.com. It's all in one place. It's all packaged together, and it's only $7. Yes, it's not completely free. $7. You spend more money for a cup of coffee at Starbucks than you do to radically change your life with stuff that actually works, all in one place. If you want to change your life, change your beliefs. If you want to know how to do that, go to framework.besolidbook.com and I will show you exactly how. There are also ways for you to work with me directly there. So if you are like me and you want to change, you want to improve your life, maybe you're like me in the way that you have lived your life and you've spent years being insecure and full of fear, and you want to change. Good. I invite you to join me. I will show you how. Doing all of this living in fear and seeking validation is exhausting. Also, what's exhausting is trying to figure it out and believing that you have to try to figure it out on your own. How about this? Save yourself time, mental energy, and emotional struggle. I've put in everything that you need in one place and made it super easy because I actually genuinely, sincerely care about you. So, once again, go to framework.besolidbook.com right now. Your relationship with yourself is the most important relationship you have. Your connection with God and other people all actually originate from the love that you plant inside yourself, as well as the love that you cultivate and you grow all from within. Not the other way around. Everything we've talked about here, result equals belief plus action. That sequence is in a way related to this sequence. Your love for yourself produces the relationship connections and the strength and the harmony and the happiness that you have with your relationship with God and your relationship with others, not the other way around. Meaning, your relationship with other people doesn't determine your happiness. And I'm a faithful person, I have a very strong relationship with God. My relationship with myself directly impacts my relationship with God. And if I am seeking too much, trying to validate myself from some sort of crazy spiritual practice where I have to earn God's love so that I feel better about myself, I'm not actually taking care of myself, and I don't really have a really strong, healthy, whole, dynamic relationship with God. It starts with you, okay? I'm here to help you grow love through peace and joy and fulfillment and abundance in every area of your life. That's what relationship growth farming is all about. That's what growth farming as a whole is all about, okay? It's about love, and it's about you, and it's about cultivating, growing, and strengthening your heart and your mind garden. That produces your best self, your best life, all of your success, and the most healthy, dynamic relationships. All right. Thank you for joining me here on the Growth Farming Podcast. I do appreciate you. You can dig into what we talked about today even more. Further links and details are in the show notes, and you can connect with me personally. I really do truly love, I say that with all the sincerity and passion of my heart, I really love talking with my people. And because you're listening, you are my people, just from giving me this time and your attention. Simple ways to connect are through my website, which is dgrantsmith.com, Instagram at dgrantsmith, Facebook is at the_dgrantsmith, and if you're into email, I'm dgrant at dgrantsmith.com. Tons of ways for you to connect with me, so please reach out. I look forward to talking and connecting with you soon. Until next time, you know my name. I am D. Grant Smith, the Relationship Growth Farmer, and I'll see you soon.